So what is up? Yeah. Uh, Tomorrow the time you say me you come there, Abi. Where you there today? Okay. Now tomorrow if you close try make you contact me so that I go settle everybody. I beg because Saturday I no go get chance. Yeah, as I wan settle the rest people, ma still settle you. You understand? I no go get chance because my woman sef e no dey as you understand. So that I go do one or two, get some jewelry when I need to do. Yeah. Okay now. Okay, okay. Hello. How far that your brother na when he go dey free well so that I go fit put am join the so that I go fit link am for some kind work also. No, tomorrow no because tomorrow better say I no sure say I go get people. You understand? I no I no take too much I no take too much responsibility. I just take wetin I know say I get people sure this afternoon. You understand? So but if you tell me say for next week he go dey free. You understand? I fit. Okay, so no, the wetin just dey if you just send me message say this day so day so day, you understand? If you fit get schedule of days when you dey free, you understand? I go fit work something out. You get me? I fit work something out for those days for you understand? Then if na choice if you be say you dey interested o, you understand? As a normal thing, you dey interested, those one no get problem. I fit work something out for. Okay, okay, no problem. Oh, Simon? Tutto a posto, sulle può andare domani. Sì. Quindi a Austin che arrivano al magazzino? Sì, 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 tutto a posto. Poi parliamo con loro. Ok. Va bene, grazie. Va bene. A domani, ci vediamo domani mattina alle 8 stanno a Caffè. Ok. Ciao Simon. Ciao caro, grazie. Ciao, ciao. Ciao.
problematic. He has a big ego. He isn't doing enough. Some famous footballers have absolutely savaged Kylian Mbappe, one of the game's biggest stars. Here are 10 footballers that have slated the PSG superstar. Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney made the headlines recently by criticizing Kylian Mbappe. Before arguing with Neymar over penalty-taking duties against Montpellier, Mbappe barged into Lionel Messi inadvertently. After the match, the former England star reminded Kiki what Messi has achieved at his age. A 22, 23-year-old player throwing his shoulder at Messi? I've never seen a bigger ego than this in my life. Someone remind Mbappe, when Messi was 22 years old, he had 4 Ballon d'Ors. Never seen a bigger ego? This is a man who played alongside Cristiano and Zlatan. It's a bit harsh, don't you think, Wayne? Rooney hasn't been the only footballer to criticize Mbappe's ego. Can you guess who the second one is? And before you say it, it's not Neymar. Olivier Giroud. Man, Mbappe can't help but clash with his own teammates. Let's be fair, though. Kylian didn't start this one. Despite scoring a double in their victory over Bulgaria at Euro 2020, Olivier Giroud seemed disgruntled by Mbappe's attitude. You say that I wasn't involved too much at the start, but maybe we could have linked up better. Sometimes I make runs and the balls aren't forthcoming. Mbappe was inevitably asked about Giroud's comments, and Kiki admitted he was upset with his teammate. Frankly, what he said doesn't bother me. It's more about making it public. If I have something to say to someone, I say it. That's not a problem, but it stays in the changing room. Given the infighting, no wonder France were eliminated in the round of 16. Giroud later admitted to Oh My Goal that the incident was exaggerated by the media.
Ça a duré même pas 2 jours. 2 jours après, à l'entraînement, on se trouvait les yeux fermés dans les petits jeux. Le problème n'a pas été ça, parce que je veux dire, ce que j'ai dit, c'était banal. Le problème a été tout ce tapage médiatique après et des personnes qui en ont rajouté pour chercher, entre guillemets, la merde. Un chat, alors que l'équipe de France n'avait pas besoin de ça.
Seems all water under the bridge between the two strikers. Neymar Jr. Neymar Jr. Yes, the penalty gate. We couldn't leave it out of this video. Unless you haven't had Wi-Fi for the last 2 weeks.
Wilson's 1970s Tottenham side. So it's some achievement from West Ham. Lucas Paquetá got them underway with a great downward header for 1-0 inside 8 minutes. Freiburg then equalised through Shalai 4 minutes into the second half after a good save from Fabianski. And again, got the West Ham winner with 24 minutes to go. Another header, this time from a James Ward-Prowse corner, in off the underside of the crossbar. So West Ham topped their group, 2 wins out of 2. It finished Freiburg 1, West Ham 2.
17 wins. Isn't it 17 wins Ireland is sitting on at the minute, Shane Holden?
I think that's about that.
It is. I think they've snapped for... Wait, with West Ham and Ireland have something in common. There we go. Now, John Southall, did Brighton and Hove Albion hold on for that draw at Marseille?
They did, Sonia. It finished Marseille 2, Brighton 2, which is a really good point for Brighton if you consider they were 2-0 down at half-time as well in this game. Then 9 minutes after half-time, Pascal Gross pulled one back, and in the 88th minute, Tariq Lamptey was brought down for the penalty. João Pedro, who scored 2 penalties against AEK Athens in the last round, had to wait a long time to take it, but he rolled it very calmly into the bottom left-hand corner. 3 European goals then for him from the opening 2 games, and having lost that opening game against AEK Athens, this is a really big point for Brighton, and to come from 2-0 down as well. They've shown some real character in the Stade Velodrome. Next up for them is Liverpool at home on Sunday, but they have their first European point. Marseille 2, Brighton 2.
I'm hoping someone's got my seat ready for me at Stade Velodrome for next weekend for quarter-finals. What a cracking stadium that is. Let's go to Rangers, who were in Cyprus. Gavin Wallace.
They were indeed. Aris Limassol 2, Rangers 1. No instant impact for Stephen Davis. A very slow start as the Glasgow side were 1 down on 9. Alex Muteka Musonda left Connor Goldson to head home from close range. The second came on 58 as Babika tapped home from a low cross that came in from the left-hand side. And there was some hope for the travelling Rangers fans tonight as Abdullah Sima headed home from a John Lewston cross. The cross was absolutely exquisite. Rangers really need to steady the ship and quick. They're now third in the group with 3 points. Aris Limassol 2, Rangers 1.
And we've got 3 8 o'clock kickoffs with reporters as well. We will be keeping you across the games in the Europa League and Europa Conference League involving Liverpool, Aston Villa and Aberdeen. Rory, when we look at the final round of matches this weekend, obviously your eye is going to be drawn to Ireland against Scotland. Argentina, Japan, maybe? Is a bit of jeopardy?
Yeah, I think Argentina-Japan is the one that jumps for me, albeit I do think Argentina will have too much for Japan. I think Argentina were so disappointing. I was there in Marseille for their opening game against England, and you know, when you talk about not firing a shot, Argentina seemed to be impacted significantly more by the early red cards than England were, and they just did not get going. To see the Pumas, known for passion, emotion, physicality, not show up in that match. I mean, that's one whereby that would have kept them awake for a number of nights, but they know they are significantly better than that. They know they've got to be emotionally right to challenge the top teams. I do believe that they'll be in Georgia clashed.
Wales are a different team now.
They are a very different team now. They are indeed. But it's just the narrative that feeds that. But obviously, for me, all eyes are on the Stade de France. It's the standout match of the weekend. It's been a match that's been highlighted for a number of people for a long time. But it's a weekend that's not without its good games. Fiji, Portugal will chuck everything they have at Fiji.
Can either of you see Portugal beating Fiji and then doing Eddie Jones and Australia a massive favour?
No, not at all.
No.
I think it's an issue. It's an issue that Fiji. It's brilliant that Fiji are where they are, but I think they're sort of an outlier in the I suppose the outside the big Southern Hemisphere or traditional Southern Hemisphere sides and the Northern Hemisphere sides, that we're seeing that there doesn't appear to be a pathway for Tier 2 teams to actually compete with Tier 1. It doesn't actually feel like that's happening. If you look at over the last 20 years, and I'm not saying that there isn't really good competitive fixtures within Tier 2, but when it comes to the business end, aside from a couple of what I would say is sort of outliers in terms of performance, we don't think consistently even over the last 20 years has there been a real development of tier 2 nations that can take on tier 1 and actually be in any way competitive.
What's the solution? We've seen 4 games I think at this World Cup where sides haven't got a single point on the board, and there've been some cricket scores. Let's put it that way. What's the solution? Because as it stands, these teams are going to disappear this weekend. They're gone. The emerging nations who are going to finish 3rd to 5th in the pools, they're gone. And potentially they might not play at this level again until the next World Cup. That can't be sustainable if we want to grow the game, can it?
When you consider the matches that these teams play, in particular, your Fiji, Samoa, Tonga. Georgia are playing in the second tier of the European competition. Portugal's playing that same.
Yeah, but there's no pathway for them to get into the Six Nations. And when you look at what is happening across the piece, doesn't that become more and more untenable?
It's very, very challenging. I'm not sure how you change this. You look at the top tier nations or tier 1 as they're called. The issues that exist within those unions at the moment are systemic potentially. You were talking about massive financial issues, massive issues with growth of the game, massive issues with concussion. All these things are major factors. There is I think a myopic focus on the issues, on their own issues at the moment. And I know World Rugby has to take a broader view as well. But ultimately, anything that's been done to this point hasn't shortened the gap between tier 1 and tier 2 in any meaningful way. And I don't see sort of a plan or I don't recognise a plan that could be put in place to change that in any meaningful way in even the medium term.
Rory?
No, I'd agree with Shane. I think it's been spoken about having 2 tournaments, but reducing the teams in the top.
All right. Everyone, welcome once again to some basketball here to Liverpool versus st.gilloise. Live we are right now Ben, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, so we can just right over the feedback right now.
Good evening, everyone. Watching or listening to the Sammy SK YouTube channel. Hope you're having a good evening. What are we thinking ahead of tonight's game? Liverpool versus Union Saint-Gilloise. Obviously, Liverpool are going to be the massive favourites at home, with a far stronger side as well. But you never know, upsets do happen in football. Please feel free to leave your thoughts in the chat. I see a lot of score predictions coming through. At the minute, 90% of you think Liverpool are going to take the win. I don't blame you, because they are certainly the favourites this evening. And I'll take you through the starting lineups quickly. First of all, the home side, Liverpool going with the usual 4-3-3 formation. Goalkeeper of Alisson, back line of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibrahim Konate, Jarrod Quansah, Konstantinos Tsimikas. Midfield 3 of Watari Endu, Gravenberch and Harvey Elliott, with a front 3, a very strong front 3, Mohamed Salah, Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota. With a bench, 2 goalkeepers, Jaros and Rosette, defenders of Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, Joel Matip and Luke Chambers. Pretty defence heavy bench there. Midfield of Dominic Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones and 2 forwards of Luis Diaz and Ben Doak. So Liverpool have a very strong lineup for this evening's game. Must be striking fear into the visiting side, whose lineup is as follows. They're going with a more defensive 5-3-2 by the looks of things. Goalkeeper Anthony Morris, 3 centre-backs of Koki Macheda, Christian Burgess, the Englishman, and Kevin McAllister, who's actually brothers of the other McAllister, Alexis, playing for Liverpool, but unfortunately not in the squad tonight. So the brothers get a chance to meet up straight away. He is on the bench, he may be coming on. Wait and see for that one. The midfield of Charles Van Hout, Amani Puertas, and then the wing-backs of Casper Terho and Alessio Castro, and 2 strikers of Mohamed Amoura and Gustav Nilsson. Amoura having scored in the last Europa League game. Union Saint-Gilloise got a 1-1 draw against Toulouse in their first game in this group. Not a bad result. They'll certainly be looking for more heading into this one. They're going to want to get out of the group, but this is the hardest fixture they're going to have to face. Liverpool away couldn't be much more difficult in this year's Europa League. Looking at the other teams, Liverpool are probably the favourites for the competition. Obviously it depends who drops down from the Champions League, but Liverpool are certainly capable to win this competition. As we're about to get the game underway, it'll be Gustav Nilsson to take the centre kick for Union Saint-Gilloise in front of what is an absolutely packed out Anfield Stadium. We've got any Liverpool fans in the chat? How do we feel about playing Europa League football this season? Obviously you're used to the Champions League. I've been in there for the last 4 years. And the game does get underway. Union Saint-Gilloise play a ball straight downfield towards the striker Nilsson. It runs through to Allison. Rolls it out into midfield. Liverpool will take up possession, as I'm sure they will do for the majority of the game. Very likely to be the dominant side. Trent plays it forwards in midfield through to Gravenberch. Just controls it. Turns in midfield away from Nilsson. Plays wide to Harvey Elliott. Still just inside their own half of Liverpool. Union actually coming forwards with a bit of a high press here. Mohamed Amoura putting Harvey Elliott under a lot of pressure. He has to play it out wide. And the ball is hooked down the line from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Covered at the back from Union. Just managed to wrestle it from the feet of Nunes, did Macheda, the Japanese centre-half. His 9th appearance for the club this evening. It's undoubtedly one of the biggest games in Union's history. It's a short European history for them. Been in Europe ever before last season, actually. It's their first season in the Europa League last year, after a meteoric rise from the second tier of Belgian football. A few people asking where Union are from. They are in the Belgian division, as I just said. They were playing in the second tier not very long ago, just 3 years ago actually. Only got promoted in 2021. For the first time in 48 years they made it to the top division of Belgian football. Immediately finished top of the league in the following season, which is incredible as they come forwards here down the right hand side. Ball played down the line. Armani chasing onto it. It's good defending from Kanate. Puts it out for a throw in. Right down by the Liverpool corner flag, and Union have got an early chance perhaps. Taking a while with the throw in. Yeah, they managed to finish first in their domestic league immediately after being promoted in that very first season, and then they lost the playoffs, unfortunately for them, because in Belgium when you finish first, the top 6 teams will go into a playoff to see who wins the league and gets the European seed. Then managed to lose it and got the Europa League seed instead of the Champions League spot. Still a great achievement for them. Playing Liverpool away, I'm sure, would be a dream for these players. As Liverpool just keeping possession around the back, not doing too much with it. Tsimikas in the middle to Endo, to Quansah. Quansah, just 20 years of age, making his 5th appearance of the season. English centre-back. Liverpool have plenty of options in the defence. Van Dijk, Matip, Joe Gomez, all on the bench. So they come forward here with Gravenberch driving through the midfield. Manages to break past 1 or 2 Union players, but they managed to just about intercept the pass that was heading towards the feet of Diogo Jota. And Nazari hits it out for a throw into Liverpool. And back to Quansah. A few people saying 3-1, 4-0 Liverpool, 4-1 to Liverpool, another 4-1 there. It's very likely to be the case, isn't it? Union's squad is so inferior compared to Liverpool. In fact, they've got a total squad value of just 35 million euros compared to Liverpool's 835. So that gives a little bit of an insight into the gap between the two sides. Salah on the ball now. The right wing for Liverpool, forced back towards his own goal. Good defending by Van Hout and Puertas together. Liverpool switch to play though, comes out to the left this time with Tsimikas. Union are banking up, certainly playing 5 at the back formation. just trying to protect their goal. Trent on the ball in midfield manages to evade the challenge of Nielsen first, then Van Hoek comes in, forces him back, and then Nielsen commits the foul. Liverpool have got a free kick about 25 yards into the Union half. Trent playing an interesting role this evening by the looks of things, certainly not restricted to that right back position. He's got licence to thrill and come inside, push up the pitch. Goes into Endo, but Endo gives the ball away cheaply to Puertas. Puertas has it to Amura, then back to Burgess, a centre back, but Liverpool have intercepted it, and Salah's through! Great save from the goalkeeper, Anthony Morris. Huge chance for Liverpool. Union just gave it away. They had possession of the ball for once, and they were looking comfortable. Burgess with a really poor pass, and it was Gerald Quansah straight onto it. His interception played the ball straight through to Salah in the gap where Burgess had vacated. He was through on goal one-on-one, got it onto his left foot, and Anthony Morris got down quick. The ball was actually ricocheted off the bottom of his hand, gone up and over the bar. It's a great stop. Corner Liverpool, Simicast whips it in towards Jota. His header just evades the back post where Salah was lurking. It's out for a throw-in. The Union have got away with one there early on. An early sign of the threat that Liverpool possess. They really can't afford to be giving the ball away like that. Pass actually came through from Quansah. It was deflected off Gravenberch, which took it straight into the path of Salah between McAllister and Macheda, the two centre-backs. Huge chance for the Egyptian. You'd expect him to score. Such a prolific goal scorer. Union have escaped. They've got a throw in here. But down the line towards Nielsen, the target man. Quansah gets it off him, plays it back to Alisson. Liverpool once again comfortable in possession. Wide to Simicast. Back to Quansah. Liverpool unbeaten in 13 home games. They haven't kept a clean sheet in any of their last 5. They're vulnerable at the back. The current defensive record would suggest they're likely to concede this evening. Well, they're still very much the favourites to score a few. As Trent, lazy on the ball, just gives it away. Casper Terho gets onto it. He tries to get forwards down the line for Union, but Gravenberch has intercepted it. Now he's driving forwards. 4 or 5 Union players chasing after him. Gives it wide to Salah. Salah then back inside to Trent. Lovely switch ball over towards Simicast, but slightly mishit. Ended up being easily cleared by Union. And then Liverpool give away a cheap free kick. One inside the Union half. Union wearing a very, very bright blue shirt, socks and shorts. It's very, very bright kit. Liverpool in their classic red, looking to bounce back from their defeat against Tottenham on the weekend. Obviously they'll feel aggrieved because of the poor decision made from the VAR room, but a chance to respond here. A statement win over Union, which, to be fair, you would expect. To throw in the line towards Nielsen. He wrestles with Canate. Canate comes out on top, lumped forwards by him, and then Christian Burgess comes up from the defence and smashes a header all the way through. Goes straight to the goalkeeper, Alisson. He's just dropped the ball. Liverpool happy to sit on the ball in defence at the minute. Not too keen to get forwards, I think. They're just going to try and pounce on mistakes that Union make. And force them into those mistakes by being patient, working the ball around inside the Union half. And as we saw a minute ago, even when Union have possession, it's dangerous because Liverpool can press high and force them into mistakes. That's what led to the Salah chance. As Simicast comes down the left-hand side, 1-2 with Gravenberch, gets to the byline, crosses it back post. Salah can't quite reach it. He's one-on-one with Casper Terho. Elliott supporting, and Trent's made a run. Trent gets the ball through the legs of the defender into the box. Great ball in. Christian Burgess was across to clear. 31-year-old English centre-back. Spent 5 years at Portsmouth before signing for Union. One of their most experienced players. Let's just show the the golfing quality between the sides, though. One of their most experienced players is good at Portsmouth, but never made it higher up the English leagues. As Gravenberch takes a shot from the edge of the box, it's a good save. It's rebounded to Nunes, who puts it in. There's a hint of offside. The linesman's flagged. It'll be checked, of course. He did look it. Salah just played it to the edge of the box from Gravenberch. Union once again giving the ball away cheaply. He is indeed offside. Shot stung the palms of the goalkeeper, Anthony Morris. He did well to make the save because it was a moving ball, but he parried it straight back into the middle of the box where Nunes was waiting. Had he been onside, the goalkeeper would have surely been frustrated with that. Wasn't able to palm it anywhere but the centre of the box. Union once again get away with one. Long ball down the line towards Mohamed Amoura. Amoura cutting inside, trying to beat Konate, forces him back. Liverpool defending well, Harvey Elliott getting involved as well, forces Amoura all the way back, and then Elliott stubs in a toe. Ball ricochets back to the Union defence. Macheda, now Burgess. Goalkeeper Morris. Pumps it long. Endo wins the header. Goes to Simicas, acrobatically plays it back to Allison. Chased down by Nilsson. Union are not afraid to apply a little bit of pressure onto the Liverpool defence. They managed to come away with the ball though, with a lovely pass from Konate through to Gravenberch, who's rising up through the midfield. Ball wrestled off him. Looked unfairly by Lazari, but referees wave play on. Ball goes wide to Kasper Terho on the left-hand side. He plays it down the line, but intercepted by Konate. Such a strong centre-back is Ibrahim Konate. Really, really well suited to these high-paced European matches. So strong and quick. Liverpool come forward. Gravenberch tries to switch ball over to Salah, just inside of the Union box. He takes a touch, forced wide though by the defending Kasper Terho. Then it goes to Nunes. Just been forced back outside the box again. Liverpool to Trent, plays it back to Quansah. Union defending everyone behind the ball. Liverpool about 40 yards from the goal. It's Endo. Tries to thread one through to Jota. Good interception by Kevin McAllister though. Liverpool got possession again with Simicas on the left-hand side. Back to Quansah. Forcing Liverpool back into their own half. Union once again. Konate tries a long ball forwards towards Jota. Once again headed clear by Kevin McAllister. Then Simicas intercepts. Loose header. Then to Gravenberch. 1-2 with Jota. Good interception from Charles Van Hoot. And then Burgess hooks it clear. Kevin McAllister's only having to deal with Diogo Jota at the minute for headers, and being a centre-back who's of only 5'7" stature, you'd imagine Darwin Núñez would perhaps go and target him, be able to win those headers and physical battles more easily. Luckily for Union though, it's not happened so far. Liverpool once again in possession in midfield. Simicas to Gravenberch, then Jota, and Jota wriggles past Kevin McAllister, and is wrestled to the ground by the Argentine. Pretty poor challenge. Referee just having a quick word. It's not going to be a booking, I don't think, but fairly cynical challenge. Certainly didn't go for the ball. 2 hands to the chest, forced him down. It's on the left-hand side, about 20 yards inside of the Union half is where the free kick will be for Liverpool. Konstantinos Tsimikas gone over to take it. Greek fullback, he's got 29 caps for his country. In fact, swings in the free kick, left-footed, right in towards the danger area, but it's a great header clear from Nilsson. Again, the Swede, big Swedish striker. Liverpool get the second phase of attack though, played into Jota, and Nilsson once again comes across and shuts him out. The striker doing some brilliant defensive work there. He's got 13 goals in 56 games since signing in July of last year. 3 goals in 12 this season, Nilsson, but very impressive defending right there. Worth mentioning as well actually that Union are without their top scorer Dennis Eckert. 7 goals in 8 games this season, formerly of Celta Vigo, is not with them tonight. As Liverpool come forwards again, Harvey Elliott bursting into the box, drags his shot slightly across goal, and Christian Burgess is able to hook that one clear with his left foot. Only as far as Tsimikas, about 30 yards from the Union goal. Liverpool once again in possession, waiting for that Union mistake. Ball played into Jota, he can't quite control it. Kevin McAllister intercepts, plays it to Burgess. Burgess plays wide, and Amura miscontrols, and Liverpool once again have possession. The Union players are just panicking in possession whenever they get it. The ball is being fizzed up to the strikers, to be fair. It's really difficult for Nilsson or Amura to get the ball down, particularly get the ball down in any space, because they've got Konate and Kwanzaa right on their heels, snapping away at them, winning the ball back, forcing them to put it out of play. Trent tries a through ball towards Nunes. It's a delightful one. Nunes pulls it back across the box, and Anthony Morris palms clear, the goalkeeper. Then hooked clear by Casper Terho, only as far as Endo. And Liverpool have another phase of attack here. Gravenberch pulls back to Nunes on the edge of the box. Snapshot volley just over the bar. And Liverpool really showing their quality. It's the high pressure forcing Union into so many mistakes early on in the game. It's going to be a really tiring one for those Union defenders. They are unbeaten in 5 of their last 6 games, on decent form coming into this one. 3-1 win in their last game. Last defeat came against Genk 5 games ago, lost 2-0. Liverpool have a throw-in. Back to Kwanzaa, across to Alisson, who's under pressure from Nilsson, but deals with it well. It's Konate, now Endo. Liverpool just shifting the ball side to side, making Union do all the work. Now Gravenberch. Ball pass intercepted by Kevin McAllister. Plays it forwards. Down the line to Charles Van Hoop. Now cut inside from Lazari. Back to Charles Van Hoop, but pass doesn't quite have enough on it. And the attack on the right-hand side is broken down by Konstantinos Tsimikas. And in fact, Van Hoop was actually offside. Liverpool free kick. Get the game going underway straight away. Wide to Konate. Looking to get Trent on the ball in those dangerous areas. It was an unbelievable pass just 2 minutes ago for him to set up the Nunes chance. He's about 40 yards from the Union goal. Clips a lovely curling ball in between Macheda and Telho. Nunes to run onto as Liverpool come forward again. It's Harvey Elliott laying it into Salah. Got to be a goal, and Nunes has missed an absolute tap in from 5 yards out. Huge chance for Liverpool. How on earth does he miss that? Harvey Elliott driving through the heart of the Union midfield, slides in a lovely pass with his left foot to the right wing where Salah's waiting. He plays it first time across the 6-yard box to Nunes, who's in between Burgess and McAllister. It's a tap-in, and he's scuffed it wide. It's an embarrassing miss for an informed striker. After making his 50th appearance on the weekend against Spurs, the Liverpool fans thought he'd finally settled into a good rhythm. 4 goals and 2 assists in his last 5. But that is shocking. Absolutely terrible miss from Darwin Nunes. Could that be a sign? Because Union are coming forwards here. Plays towards Nilsson. It's a good interception by Kwanzaa. But the ball's come out again to Casper Terho, trying to get a cross in. Good defending from Harvey Elliott, though, who comes across to snuff out the danger. But Liverpool wasteful. Shocking miss from Darwin Nunes. Those of you who are watching, leave your thoughts on Darwin Nunes in the chat. I know he's been in form lately. If you're a Liverpool fan, do you like him? Do you think he still needs more time? Do you think he was too expensive? Union coming forwards once more, and it's a volley from distance. Cameron Puertas struck it on the half volley. Soared over the crossbar. We'll have the goal kick. Fairly exciting game for what a lot of people expected to just be a walkover for Liverpool. Salah on the right hand side cuts in. Great defending from Cameron Puertas. Casper Terho just held him up, and then Puertas came in from behind, hooked his leg in, took the ball and nothing else. But Liverpool have won it back, as they always seem to do. As soon as Union get any possession, Liverpool force them into a mistake. Konate, Trent now, just inside the Union half on the right hand side, plays it into Nunes. Nunes gives it wide to Harvey Elliott, looking to switch the play again, to make Union work a little bit more. Tsimikas, now wide to Jota. Tsimikas makes an overlapping run. Union just defending the edge of their box, not giving Liverpool any space at the minute. Konate, across to Harvey Elliott, wide to Trent, shifting the ball side to side. Liverpool back to Núñez, now Trent. Interestingly enough, Liverpool have only lost 2 games since the 1st of April. They're on a good run of form as they try a long ball here from Quansah all the way to Núñez, switching it from left to right, but it's slightly overhit. Núñez couldn't get it under control, and it goes out for a Union goal kick. They only lost 2 games since the 1st of April, one of those being against Tottenham on the weekend. The other one, the game, ending that run was against Manchester City, losing 4-1 to them back on the 1st of April. Since then they've had 24 games, 16 wins, 6 draws and 2 losses. It's an incredible record. As we said, Liverpool are probably, if not definitely, the standout favourites for the Europa League this season. Obviously we're looking at Group B in the Champions League, wondering who's going to drop down. Could be any one of those teams, Milan, PSG, Newcastle or Borussia Dortmund. They're going to provide some sort of a challenge, whichever one of those it is. And some other big teams could drop down, but for now it certainly is Liverpool. And Union have got the biggest game of their lives on their hands away at Anfield, as Harvey Elliott cuts it back across the box to Salah at the back post, who heads it in. Good save from Anthony Morris. Liverpool patiently shifting the ball side to side. Finally got a little bit of an opening of Harvey Elliott, got to the byline, just chipped it in with his left foot. Salah arrived at the back post behind Macheda. His header was straight down into the goalkeeper's hands. It was a tough angle for Salah. Union playing out from the back, or trying to at least. Alessio Castro on the ball, Spanish right wing back, laying it down the line, intercepted by Simicas. It's just straight into the hands of Jurgen Klopp, and he is not happy about his team at the minute. Must be frustrated from the early miss from Darwin Núñez. It was a really bad miss to give Liverpool the lead just 16 minutes into the game. Would have been a key goal, but sadly for the Reds he's missed it. Throw in targeted towards Nielsen, as it always is. Big Swede wrestling with Quansah, and this time Jarrell Quansah comes out with the ball into Trent. Now Endo, Trent again, Quansah wide to Simicas on the left hand side. Don't need to panic though, only 21 minutes played, as Union players will be getting tired, especially towards the second half. It's just a constant moving from left to right as Liverpool play the ball around, as Trent tries a through ball all the way over the top to Salah. Salah in behind the defence and can't get there. The goalkeeper off his line just in time to snatch the ball away from the feet of Mohamed Salah. Trent Alexander-Arnold once again, delicious pass from 10 yards inside of his own half, sees the Salah run from the right hand side, clips the ball over the top, and instantly the Union defenders are facing their own goal. Macheda wasn't going to win a foot race against the Egyptian, but luckily enough for Union, Anthony Morris was off his line just in time to snatch the ball away from Liverpool. Union throwing on the left hand side, Macheda down the line towards Nielsen. Nielsen chests it down, Huertas unable to get it under control, and Trent nicks it, plays it forwards down the line, cleared by Christian Burgess, and it will go out for a Liverpool throw-in again. Players just taking a very short break here as there's a stray ball on the pitch. Salah looking for the ball down the line from the throw-in. Trent to take. Captain for this evening, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Throws in field towards Endo. Endo cushion header down to Harvey Elliott, who concedes the ball in midfield. Huertas. Christian Burgess then put under pressure with the pass back to him and has to make the slide tackle to prevent Darwin Núñez from snatching it away from them. Talking of the Uruguayan, for those of you who just joined, he had a big chance earlier on in the game in the 16th minute. A huge miss as the ball was played across the 6-yard box for him. The goalkeeper was basically stranded, only just about getting back into the frame of the goal. He had 3/4 of it to aim at. He completely missed the target. It was a really bad miss. A player who's got 8 goals in his last 8 Europa League games, averaging a goal involvement every 66 minutes. Since the tournament began in 2009 actually, only 2 players have better goal involvement ratios, for those who've played over 500 minutes that is, and it's Claudio Pizarro, Jonathan Legiar. So, player who's traditionally found his form in this competition, Darwin Núñez, stuffed an early chance. Whether or not that'll motivate him to go and get more later on, or it's knocked his confidence, we're yet to find out. Union have made it through the first 25 minutes. I'm sure Alexander Blessing, their German manager, is going to be buzzing about that. Though constantly aware of the threat Liverpool possess. As Canate wrestles with the ball by the corner flag with Puertas. Puertas wins it off him, ball in towards Nilsson. Cleared by Simicas. First real chance Union had to get the ball into the Swedish striker. And the cross, unfortunately for them, was poorly delivered. This is wrestling. Simicas wrestles with Alessio Castro for the ball on this right-hand side for Union, and he slid in to block the cross, used his hand by accident. It's just outside of the box, but it's a free kick to Union, and they're surely going to target Nilsson and Burgess with this one. It's a clear handball from the Greek fullback, completely accidental by the looks of things, but it's a free kick just on the edge of the box by the touchline. Who's going to be taking this one for Union? Burgess and Nilsson both in there. The two tall men. Ball comes in. Cameron Puertas whips it to the back post. It's Nilsson at the back stick. So close to giving Union the lead. His header just over the crossbar. Huge chance. Delightful ball whipped in. He was being marked by Quanta but managed to lose him. And it's a big miss. He's almost closed his eyes and put his head down, used the top of his head for their header. Liverpool come forward straight away though. Ball over towards Núñez. Left for Jota at the back post. Cuts inside. Could it be a penalty? Goes down too easily for the referee. And Union now try to clear the ball, and Alessio Castro's made a complete hash of that. Swing and a miss from the Union right back. Concedes the throw in. The referee pausing the game momentarily while VAR have a look at the penalty decision. Jota cuts inside. Burgess looks like he was going to make the challenge. Pulled out of it completely. Diogo Jota went down, didn't really claim for anything, expected the contact. Some would argue it was a dive. Others maybe not. He was expecting the contact to come, it never did. No penalty given. Liverpool get on with the game. Harvey Elliott in midfield, back to Trent. Trent to Elliott. On the right hand side, Liverpool coming forwards. Elliott bursting through the midfield, past Cameron Puertas. Ball intercepted by Casper Terho now. The finish. Versatile player, not really constricted to one position. He's played right back, left back, right wing, even centre forward this season for Union. The finish under 21's team. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists and 10 appearances. He's deployed at left wing back this evening, although it's more of just a left back role, having to deal with Mohamed Salah, which is potentially the hardest task that any of the Union players are going to have to deal with today. So Union intercept a pass, played down the line. They've got a chance here. Oh, and it's a shame for them because Amura, a great opportunity to deliver the ball towards Nilsson. Simicas chasing him down. He just didn't have the composure. A real shame for Union. A bit of a wake-up call for Liverpool though. They can't just stroll through this game and expect to win, because Union Saint-Gilloise do possess some threat. The likes of Amura and Nilsson are not bad players. Nilsson's certainly a threat. Just lacking a little bit of composure there. Swung at the cross wildly. Endo, across to Simicas. Simicas driving forwards for Liverpool on the left hand side. Plays it back to Jota. Jota forced to play to the centre back Quansah, and is intercepted by Nilsson, who's working hard up there, chasing down the Liverpool defenders constantly all game. It's impressive. As Trent gets on the ball, he's the one who keeps seeming to find a little bit of time to play a pass, and that's the player you don't want to have time to play a pass, because when he does, we've seen already, We've seen for a number of years now he can pick out an absolute beauty in a split second. And here he goes, switching the ball right to left, right the way across the pitch. It's a beautiful pass to Tsimikas, just about keeps it in play on the left-hand side. Looks to get a cross in, Jota makes a run for him, then Gravenberch too. Wrestling with Christian Burgess, he pulls it across the box, and that's smart defending from Macheda, who snubs out the threat. Brilliant from him. And it could be a counter-attack for Union. Amani playing it forwards, looking for Nilsson, but Trent has read that pass easily, come across and intercepted it. Nilsson furious with him, wanted it sooner. Had to wait and wait and wait for Lazari Amani to actually do anything. And when he did, it was a poor pass, under hit. Liverpool regain possession. Gravenberch in the midfield. Back to Kwanzaa. To Konate. Now Trent. Loose touch from him, but he drives forwards, easily past the challenge of Puertas, into the midfield. Now Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott tries to play forwards. It's smart defending in there from Van Hoot, who plays it to Amani. And Amani back to Van Hoot, and it's a crunching challenge from Jarrell Kwanzaa, who's a little bit late in fairness. With free kick to Union, inside the centre circle. 2 fouls in there actually, one on Amani as well. Tsimikas just came in late, barged him over, that's the one that's been given. Both of them would have been inside the centre circle anyway. Union take a second to just chill out and calm down. Christian Burgess assuming authority in there. Asking for the medical team to come on. Certainly didn't look too serious, but always taking precautions with a little bit of a head injury. He did shoulder to the side of the head, in fairness. It's been a very, very exciting first 30 minutes of the game, I must say, because although Liverpool have dominated possession as we expected, Union have offered a threat. Liverpool have not been able to walk through this game. Who's injured? At the minute, it is Cameron Puertas down holding his head, following the challenge. Doesn't look anything too serious, just a little bit of a knock to the side of his head. He's alright, he's talking. Those of you in the chat, any differences in your opinions now that Liverpool haven't made the best start to the game? They've not got their early goal. Junior Marafu says 8-0 Liverpool, Carter Brown 4-0 Liverpool. Casco, Bendeguz, Liverpool win over 2-5. Gaming, Belgium, so 2-2 That would be a great result for St.gilloise if they're able to come away with a draw from Anfield. At the minute though, they're looking alright defensively. This 5-3-2 formations only allow Liverpool to play these long balls, and when they're coming over, goalkeeper Anthony Morris, the Luxembourg international, has got 58 caps in fact, he's been able to respond every time. He's been off his line, been out quickly. 1-0 win. Chrissy Burgess winner. Now that would be some sight, wouldn't it? Chrissy Burgess returning to England to get the winning goal against Liverpool. Sonny Minguet, that would be something special. Liverpool get the game back underway. It's Endo. Wide to Trent. Into Jarrell Kwanzaa. Tsimikas. Union back in their defensive shape. It's interesting because their vast majority of Union transfers in their history have been free transfers because they've been a second tier club, and only in the last 2 years have they actually made any financial signings. Liverpool come forward, Trent trying to switch the play, wide to Jota, on the edge of the Union box. Jota plays back to Endo into Elliott. Back to Jota, but it's intercepted well by the defence and given straight away by Union. Liverpool then win it back again, and it's flicked forwards down the line when McAllister comes out, blocks it with his hand by accident. Free kick to Liverpool, about 30 yards from the Union goal, just on the left hand side. Great chance for a left footer especially to whip this one in. Yeah, going back to that point, they've really not had much money at all in their history to buy players. It's only been in the last 2 years that they've made any financial signings, most of which facilitated by the sale of Victor Ocker Boniface last summer for €20 million, by far their biggest sale in the club's history, to buy Leverkusen. He's ripping up the Bundesliga. Before that, their other major sale was Dennis Undav to Brighton. That was €7 million. And their club record signing stands currently at €4 million. It's Mohamed Amoura, striker today. Comparing that to Liverpool, who have spent over €600 million in the last 3 years. The only 3 years that Union Saint-Gilloise have had access to transfer budgets, and they've spent a measly €21 million combined over those 3 years. Liverpool free kicks delivered, and it's poor. Straight over everyone, out for a goal kick to Union, who are just delaying the play. Jota goal, 38th minute. So pretty specific prediction. Simicast on the ball, throwing for Liverpool deep inside their own half. Going down the line towards Nunes, who wrestles with Kevin McAllister, yet to see his brother on the pitch this evening. Currently on the bench. He was a €42 million signing from Brighton. Quansah brings the ball forwards for Liverpool, down the wing to Simicast. 10 minutes left to go in this first 45 minutes. It would be pretty interesting to see the brothers come up against each other. Konate tries a through ball towards Nunes. Nunes inside the box, left-footed volley. It's a good save from the goalkeeper, Morris. Another long ball from Liverpool, breaking in behind that Union defence. It's the only way they can do it. Switch straight over the top, curling in between Alessio Castro and Kevin McAllister. Nunes took a touch with his left thigh and volleyed it towards goal with his left foot. Morris was across, good positioning from the goalkeeper, palmed it out for a corner. Simicast to take, whips it in towards the penalty spot, headed clear once more by Gustav Nilsson. Union Saint-Gilloise supporters going crazy behind the goal, their team yet to concede. It's been a good display from them so far, to be fair. Ball comes in again from Simicast. It's another corner, headed clear once more by Nilsson. Volleyed from 30 yards by Trent, but it's slightly under hit. And it spirals wide. Ball kick Union again. There's no wonder those crowd is going absolutely crazy, because it is probably the biggest game in the history of the club. Certainly the highest profile game. They did get to the quarter-finals of this competition last year, where they lost to Leverkusen. That's probably the reason why Victor Roque Boniface ended up there. They must have seen something in him in the 2 legs they played. He lost 5-2 on aggregate. This game is going to start worrying Liverpool perhaps if they get to the break without a lead. All it takes is one ball into the box and Nilsson or Burgess could very, very easily overpower one of the Liverpool defenders and score a header. Playing the ball around again, frustrating the Union midfielders who are just chasing. Trent plays the ball forwards to Elliott, but he can't control. All the way through to McAllister. Wide to Alessio Castro, played down the line towards record signing Amoura. Flips into the box towards Nilsson, who loses his footing, otherwise he may have been able to get there. Runs to Puertas though, now on the left-hand side for Union, just on the edge of the Liverpool box. Skips past the challenge of Elliott. Threads it into Nilsson. Nilsson turns past Quansah, but his touch is a little loose. Alisson comes out and picks it up. Good play from the Liverpool goalkeeper. Alert, on his toes. Quansah now. Liverpool once again into Endo. Wide to Konate. Union didn't actually lose any of their 5 away games in the Europa League last year. 3 wins and 2 draws throughout their time in the competition, so certainly not afraid going away from home. Jota on the left-hand side of Liverpool tries to clip it in towards Harvey Elliott. Christian Burgess heads clear, only as far as Konate, about 40 yards from the Union goal. They must have some sort of tactic for going away from the home. Manager Alexander Blessing's able to get them in a good shape, as we can see here. Still in this rigid 5-3-2. Liverpool attacking down the left with Gravenberch. Cuts inside, Burgess comes across. So does Van Hoot, who intercepts it. Gives it straight back away to Simicast though. A half-hearted clearance. Just to Konate now. Elliott to Konate. Advancing back into the Union half. Everyone behind the ball for the Blues. Tsimikas. Forced back once again. Now Quansah. 40 minutes played. Liverpool getting increasingly frustrated. Imagine though there'll be a period straight after half-time when Jurgen Klopp's had a word with his side that they're going to be super dangerous. Those Union players have got to come out from the half-time break and be straight on their game. Tsimikas coming down the left-hand side, forced back once again by Lazari Yamani. He's having a decent game there in midfield. We'll play forward into Endo, but Vanhoot intercepts, hooked forwards. Unfortunately for Union, doesn't quite get to Amura or Nilsson. Runs straight through for goalkeeper Allison. Anyone in the chat? Anyone else in the chat from Belgium? I've seen a couple of you early on leave a prediction. One of you said 2-2. Any Union St.Gilloise supporters, let us know what you think. Down the line to Nilsson, the throw-in goes. Hooked off in by Konate. Just slightly superior strength on the French centre-back. Very good display from him so far. Looks so comfortable all the time, Konate. Just sort of glides across the pitch. So strong, so effortless the way he plays. Christian Burgess brings it forward for Union. Tries to thread a ball out wide to Van Houten. Well, passing's not his strong point because that was shocking. An easy pass to Van Houten. Completely misplayed and out for a throw into Liverpool. Konate into Jarrell Quansah. Now Tsimikas. Gravenberch. And back to Quansah. Christian Burgess spent over 6 years playing in England. Vast majority of that time in League One. Makes his return tonight in the Europa League against a very strong Liverpool side as the underdogs with Union. Good turn in midfield though. Breaks away with the ball, does Kasper Terho, trying to get down the left-hand side, but 3 Liverpool players swarmed around him to win the ball off him. Great work because he's drawn a foul. Somehow he's drawn a foul. He was running into nowhere. He had Endo, Elliott and Konate on him. And slightly poorly, I'd say, from Endo. Just come straight through the back of him. Didn't need to because he's running into no one. Just running the ball straight out of play. Union have got a free kick just inside the Liverpool half. 1-2 between Macheda and Van Hout. Van Hout then tries to play it down the line to Terho. It runs through to him. And Konate, though, quick acceleration from him and a good sliding challenge to put the ball out of play and stop any Union threat. Throw in deep into the Union half. Taken by Macheda, down the line towards Puertas. Puertas wriggles away from 1, 2, and then Endo comes across. Good challenge. It's a corner to Union, and this is exactly the sort of chance they're going to thrive upon. Gustav Nilsson and Christian Burgess have got a chance to score here, you'd imagine. Swans over to take the corner for Union. Goes into the middle. Evades Nilsson to the back post. Headed goalwards by Amura. Number 47, the striker. Saved easily by Allison. And Liverpool come forwards quickly with Trent down the left-hand side into Nunes, driving at the Union defence. Back to Trent on the edge of the box. Lines up his shot, it's decent. Saved by Anthony Morris, but it's tapped home by Gravenberch. It's really poor goalkeeping. But once again, the flag may have gone up. They're appealing for it, but the Liverpool players are celebrating. It's a really bizarre goal because it was such a tame shot in the end. Line one up, looked like he was going to fire it into the far corner. Never went anywhere near the corner, it went straight down the middle. Anthony Morris parried it really poorly again. Gravenberch tapped it into an open goal. Liverpool players didn't really celebrate, they thought it was offside initially. Even the crowd didn't go very crazy. Gravenberch though looks to have got his goal. There's no review as of yet. And Anthony Morris, the Luxembourg international, is to blame. Straight from a Union corner, which is a chance they've got to score. Trent brings him down the left-hand side. Just glides down there, no challenge on him, plays it back to Nunes. Trent on the edge of the box, lines up a shot, straight down the middle, and Morris, oh dearie me, it's not offside, it's a goal. Very, very poor goalkeeping. Spilled straight to Gravenberch, and he just smashes it home into an open net. As Amuri comes forwards for Union straight from the kick-off, chips it over Alisson, and Konate's back to recover. Almost immediately, long ball forwards to Amura. Little chip over Alisson, cleared by Konate. Oh, that was very, very nearly an instant reply from Union, but Liverpool have got their goal just before the break, which is going to really damage the visiting side. It's another corner to them, though. As we identified, this is a big chance for them. Corner will be swung in by Cameron Puertas. 2 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half. Van Houten plays it across to Macheda. From the corner, fired over the bar with his left foot. And Liverpool do look like they're going to be heading into the break with the 1-goal lead. It's going back to the goal. It's such a shame for Union, who have defended really, really well. It's such a shame. Because one terrible mistake from goalkeeper Morris. And that's that. Liverpool going to the half-time with a lead, surely. It's a real shame for the visitors. But Liverpool have got their lead. It's Gravenberch, his first goal for the Reds on his 6th appearance. 40 million signing from Bayern. Young 21-year-old Dutch midfielder. Liverpool coming forwards once more. Nunes tries to thread it through. It's a poor pass, and Kevin McAllister snuffs it out. Plays back to Morris. Morris smashes it downfield towards Casper Terho. It's out of play. Konate will take the throw in. And we are nearing the end of the first 45 minutes. Trent goes over to take. Down the line towards Gravenberch. Ball goes over him. Liverpool coming down the left-hand side now of Simicas. Into Diogo Jota. Jota cuts inside back to Simicas. Then Gravenberch. Good defending from Kevin McAllister. Looks to play down the line towards Nilsson. Nilsson takes a touch around the defender, Konate. And Konate, though, is so strong and quick. Just wrestles his way past him. And that'll be half-time. Liverpool are going to go into the break, leading 1-0. They've got the goal they desperately wanted to just settle those nerves. Union looked like they were going to get into the game and cause Liverpool a threat, perhaps, but they haven't. And in fact, they caused their own threat. And they put in a poor corner. Liverpool broke on the counter-attack. Shot came in from Trent Alexander-Arnold, parried from the goalkeeper. There's an easy finish for Gravenberch. Liverpool 1, Union Saint-Gilloise 0.
Guys, please make sure to the like button. People, make sure to the like button. Actually, comment before the break is guys, please hit that like button. It's half time. When we're back to the second half commentary in the next 15 minutes. So guys, take the time. It's break time here. Hit the like button. Then I'm gonna see you shortly.
Hello and welcome back for the second half coverage of Liverpool versus Union Saint-Gilloise. Liverpool went into half time with a 1-0 lead following a really poor goalkeeping mistake from Anthony Morris. Basically parrying the ball straight to Ryan Gravenberch, who was able to tap home for his first Liverpool goal. But the substitution that a lot of people were wanting to see, they were wanting to see the McAllister brothers face each other, and that is now happening. Liverpool have gone for what looks like to be a triple change at the break. And this is going to shake things up a lot. So Alexis McAllister is ready to come on just after half time. Those of you who were here for the first half, please let us know what you thought. And indeed, it is Alexis McAllister coming on alongside both Luis Diaz and Curtis Jones. So a big shake-up for Liverpool. Players being withdrawn: Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah and Wataru Endo. So that will mean Curtis Jones will probably be slotting it somewhere into the midfield, making it into a midfield 4 with Alexis McAllister 2. Salah being given the rest as the game does now get underway. And finally, Darwin Núñez coming off in place of Luis Diaz. So with Diaz and Jota up front by the looks of things. Liverpool have got a very, very strong bench today and they're not afraid to use it, and they are doing so now. 3 half-time substitutions there, you don't see that all too often, but there we go. Liverpool now have made 3 of their changes. I bet Union Saint-Gilloise were not expecting that. No changes for them at the break, and the game's back underway. Liverpool immediately resuming possession of the ball, as they did in the first half. They had 75% of the ball in the first 45. Those of you who are returning for the second half in the chat, Kevin McAllister is now going to be facing his brother Alexis McAllister. Kevin, the Saint-Gilloise centre-back, is the older of the two by a year. He's 5'7", and interesting that Alexis ended up as a midfielder and Kevin as a defender, but Union coming down the line again. So Alexis loses out. Mohamed Amoura trying to come down the line, but he's offside. So let us know what you think in the chat. The second half's going to turn out to look like. There's a lot of Liverpool fans, certainly more than there are Union Saint-Gilloise fans. And are you happy with that first half? It's only 1-0. The game is still alive. Another goal and it will probably finish the game, but you can never write them out. I've got threats of Nilsson, tall striker, and set pieces. They do possess a threat too, but they just haven't looked to deliver the ball with much quality yet, and it's been a shame for them because they started the game really well. They defended excellently. It's just that one goalkeeper mistake that really put them under the cosh. McAllister now comes forward for Liverpool, Alexis that is. Intercepted at the back nicely by Castro, the Union, who drives himself into trouble, and the ball stolen off him by Liverpool. They've got 5 men swarming around him in the midfield. It's Harvey Elliott playing to Gravenberch, the goal scorer, tries to find Jota, but he loses his footing. Snapped away from him by Kevin McAllister, now back into Gravenberch. Gravenberch into Harvey Elliott. Elliott across to Curtis Jones. Liverpool looking menacing at the minute, plays wide to Trent. Back to Jones. Union back in numbers again, but every single time they get on the ball, they're trying to play it out from the back, and it's not working because Liverpool are snuffing them out. They're charging at them, forcing them to make mistakes, and there's another example of it there. Alessio Castro, the right wing back, made a great challenge to win the ball, drove straight into the heart of midfield, and there's 5 Liverpool players around him to win the ball off him and create another dangerous opportunity for Liverpool. The ball was just ricocheting from side to side in midfield. Konate gets a hold of Nilsson and the referee deems that to be a foul. So it'll be a free kick to Union just inside their own half. Konate though has certainly won the battle between himself and Gustav Nilsson so far this evening. He's been so fast and so strong and looked effortless most of the time for the French centre-back. It's just so classy. Doesn't give them a sniff. Even when the Swedish striker Nilsson's been in behind, Konate's been able to catch up, overtake and then muscle him off. As they come forwards here with Puertas getting to the byline, and Konate once again comes across, puts a foot in. It's a strong challenge. out for a corner kick. And I suppose this is the threat, this is the chance for Union to get back in the game with the corners. Burgess and Nilsson once again, probably the target men. The ball goes in towards the back post. Alisson comes and claims it, but drops it. Nearly goes in. Has to be cleared off the line for Jarrell Quansah. Alisson came out, the ball was deep right towards the back post, which put him under pressure. He was backpedaling a little bit. Came out to punch it, and the punch was completely skewed. Then he tried to catch it, and as he's tried to catch it, he's knocked into his own player, Gravenberch, and flapped the ball back towards his own goal. Jarrell Quansah was alert to it. It's gone out for another corner. It's been whipped in by Union, and once again, Alisson's there. This time he claims it cleanly, but that was a scary moment for the Brazilian goalkeeper, who's very nearly scored an own goal. He's booted it down the field to Diaz, the substitute, tries to find Tsimikas inside the Union box, but the pass is overhit. And it now goes out for a Union goal kick. Well, from end to end in just a few seconds, Union so close to scoring though through an Alisson own goal it would have been. That would have been disastrous for the Brazilian. Liverpool have lost just 1 out of 15 UEFA competitive games against the Belgian opponents. They've got 12 wins and 2 draws, 1 defeat. That defeat coming against Anderlecht in 1978. Not only are the history stacking up against the visitors Union Saint-Gilloise, but the stats of the game are stacking up against them. 75% possession in that first half of Liverpool, 11 shots to 3 in the home side's favour. The golf in value is just incredible. The Liverpool team, as we mentioned earlier, is worth over 25 times more than the Union Saint-Gilloise team, and the resources they've got at hand are vastly different. The capacity of the Belgian side's home stadium is just 9,000. Anfield obviously far superior. Tonight they've shut the top end of their west stand, so it's not a sellout, but everywhere else looks pretty full. The Union Saint-Gilloise fans still in good voice, still one of the biggest games in their history as Liverpool come forward. Curtis Jones on the edge of the box, intercepted by Christian Burgess, then back to Jones because there's a poor clearance. Now Elliott just trying to get towards the box as McAllister whips it to the back post, and Jota headers it towards goal, and this time it's a good save from Anthony Morris. Alexis McAllister with a little bit of time on the edge of the box, clips in a ball to the back post, and funnily enough it's his brother Kevin McAllister who has to try and deal with it and doesn't. Diogo Jota beats him in the air. It's a great leap, headed towards goal, fairly central, saved by the goalkeeper Morris, out for a Liverpool corner. Alexis McAllister there putting his brother in all sorts of bother as Trent goes over to take the corner kick. Liverpool flood the penalty area to try and get the second goal. Ball comes in, headed clear by Christian Burgess, who's been imperious in the air in this game. Ball on the edge of the box now of Curtis Jones. Jones into play inside, but it's forced back to Tsimikas. Tsimikas down the line to Gravenberch. Back to Jones. Some people in the chat talking about Man City v Arsenal. Yeah, that's the big game coming up this weekend. If you want to leave your predictions for that one, feel free to do so in the chat. We've still got a game on our hands here though. It's only 1-0 to the home side, and at this point a lot of people would have expected it to be much more in their favour. Elliott back to Konate. Across to Jarrell Quansah, who's looked the part this evening. He's certainly settled into the Liverpool back line. Not been under too much pressure, but when he has been called upon, like for example the Alisson mistake, he was there to make the clearance. Someone had to be there. To Alexis McAllister, trying to get away from the challenge of Nilsson, but Nilsson wins the ball off him. The referee deems it to be unfair though. Nilsson just using his hands a little bit too forcefully to wrestle the ball off the Argentine midfielder. Back to Konate, to Trent. Ibrahim Konate again looking for a long ball that should have paid dividends for Liverpool in the first half. It was their main source of attack, the long ball. Certainly the most successful form, and created many chances from it. The goal eventually came from a counter-attack though, from a poor corner from Union. Trent drove forward, took a shot, poor goalkeeping, and tapped in from Gravenberch on the rebound. Liverpool come forwards again. It's clipped in towards Gravenberch, who chests the ball forwards towards Diaz. chested it with such power, it went over Christian Burgess and in behind to Diaz. Almost got there, if not for goalkeeper Morris being alert. And Union try and play down the line, but once more it's a poor pass and Liverpool's pressure pays off. Alexis McAllister drawing a foul from Nilsson again. There's not much else Nilsson can do. McAllister's got the ball, he's just constantly fouling him to try and break up the Liverpool possession. Union on the ball now by the edge of their own box. On the line from Terho. Puertas driving down the line, but it's good defensive work from Curtis Jones to get back. Now comes to Nilsson, back to Puertas. Turned Terho on this left-hand side, and it's a good challenge from Konate because he plays it back off Cameron Puertas, the Spaniard, out for a Liverpool throw-in. Union yet to make any substitutions. Liverpool went for the triple at half-time. It was Jones, Diaz and McAllister on in place of Endo, Nunes and Salah. Those of you who weren't here for the very start of the second half. Jarrell Quansah now. Konate to Trent. Trent once again with time on the ball. When he pick out a pass, he's gone for a long one up towards Diaz. It's a decent ball. Castro just gets back in time for the visitors, heads it clear only to the edge of the box where McAllister is, chips it wide towards Harvey Elliott and leaves it for Trent, but they're not quite on the same page, and it's cleared by Casper Terho, the Finnish left wing back. Smashes it straight down the line, it runs all the way to Alisson. Just really lacking any composure. Going forwards our Union, it's hard to blame them really, because Liverpool are pressing with such aggression that it must be so difficult down there for them to try and build any spell or time on the ball, let alone a cohesive attack. It's just going to have to be a free counter-attack or a moment of brilliance from one of these players, I think, if Union are going to have a real chance of threatening the Liverpool goal and taking anything from this game. As all threaded through from Gravenberch to the line where Tsimikas is, whipped in back towards the middle of the area. Jota loses the header to Burgess, cleared by Union. Now it's Nilsson coming forwards for Union, but once again lacking the composure. He had a little bit of time because Konate had slipped, he didn't realise. Rushed the pass, now Liverpool in possession again. Whipped in by Trent, headed clear by Christian Burgess. Out for a Liverpool corner. Once again Trent will go over to take. Just so wasteful at the minute, Union. So wasteful in possession. They're just panicking every time they're on the ball. Liverpool today missing Cody, Gakpo and Thiago through injury. Union Saint-Gilloise only injury. He's their top scorer. He's managed to make it to the game despite a lot of speculation thinking he wouldn't, but Dennis Ecker is on the bench. Maybe he'll feature later on. He's got 7 goals in 8 games. Liverpool coming forwards again. Curtis Jones, shot deflected over towards the far post. Ends up on the roof of the net. Luckily for Union, the deflection off Alessio Castro didn't take it goalwards. It was a poor shot from Curtis Jones. Deflection very nearly took it into that far top corner. Just shot from the angle of the penalty area. Deflected up over into the roof of the net. Corner once again for Liverpool. Trent to whip it in. Out swinging towards the penalty area where Diaz is. Ended up going to Jarrell Quansah and his header's up and over the bar. It's a poor one from him. Union will have a goal kick. 59 minutes played. Liverpool still leading by a goal to nil. Union Saint-Gilloise had an interesting time qualifying for the Europa League this season. They're the only promoted side back to the first tier of Belgian football to ever win the league or finish top of the league in their first season back in the top flight, which was their first time in 48 years. And such an impressive comeback from them to make a return into the top flight and then finish top. They lost the playoffs, ended up getting the Europa League seed, lost in the quarterfinal to Leverkusen, their first time ever in the competition last season. And then this season, once again through the playoffs. They didn't win it this year, although they were winning the playoffs, funnily enough, with 6 minutes to go. All the games played at the same time in Belgium. It was courtesy of a Toby Alderweireld screamer that Royal Antwerp stole the crown away from them in the Champions League qualification spot. That meant they were put back to the Europa League seed. did well to qualify. They in the qualification round and have ended up in a group with Liverpool, which I'm sure would have been exciting, but also slightly demoralising, because it pretty much guarantees that there's only one place to fight for, and it's against Toulouse and Lask for that second place spot. You'd imagine Liverpool finish first. They've got the ball again here, Union, throwing down the line towards Nilsson, chests it down to Amani. That's a bit of composure again though. Liverpool hook it clear, throw in once more. Kevin McAllister goes over to take. For those of you joining us, Alexis McAllister did get substituted on at half-time, so the brothers are now facing each other, as Union have got the ball in the edge of the box, played up towards Nilsson, loses the header against Kwanzaa, and is offside anyway, and wastes the attack for Union. Joe Gomez looks like he's getting ready to come on. So much quality on that bench tonight, Liverpool. Wonder if he'll come on at right back for Trent, although it's Trent's first game back from an injury. He'll be looking to get some minutes back in his boots, surely. Hamstring injury last month and missed out on a few games. Wonder if Gomez will come on in centre-back. Liverpool come down the left-hand side here, ball played down the line to Diaz. Diaz driving infield at Kevin McAllister. It's a great challenge from him. Then comes to Gravenberch on the edge of the box, fires it across, curls it to the far top corner, good save. Anthony Morris. Gravenberch just inside the box, just inside the angle of the area. Curling effort towards the far post, good save from Morris. Union just about holding on to their lifeline in this game. The Dutchman very nearly getting a second of the evening. Corner Liverpool, Simicast will take it this time, it's going to be an in-swinger. Trent's outswingers haven't been working so well. Great fullback takes it, swings in towards Jota, drops down inside the 6-yard box, cleared by goalkeeper Morris, and now Union can break. This is a chance for them. They're coming forwards at speed, and it's a great challenge from Trent on the halfway line as Amani took a touch to try and bring forwards, but Trent snuffed it out. Liverpool coming forwards now with Jota on the left-hand side, ball into the box, cleared by Christian Burgess again, who smashes it high and into the stands. Anthony Morris, the Luxembourg goalkeeper, is actually dealing with a laser in his eyes from someone in the crowd. Never nice for goalkeepers when they're experiencing that at the games, and especially considering the golfing class. The Liverpool fans really need to be doing that tonight. Trent Alexander-Arnold will be coming off, so maybe not 100% fit yet. At least he's got just over 60 minutes in the tank from tonight. Joe Gomez will be coming on to replace him. Losing some of their creativity, of course, but trading it for a bit more defensive stability, you'd imagine. And now Liverpool just maybe going to look to seal the game. I very much doubt it. It's just a change, most likely to cover any further injury to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Hate for him to be out for any longer than he has to be. Substitution has been made. Liverpool get the game back underway. Gomez not been in the England squad a number of years now. Just on the fringe of it, you imagine. Doesn't quite get chosen. Last time he played for them was in 2020. Ball in from Liverpool, it's overhit. Diaz can't get on the end of it. 63 minutes played now. Liverpool still leading by a goal to nil. Just slightly losing his pace, and goalkeeper Anthony Morris actually changing goalkeeper gloves at the minute. That's slightly odd, isn't it? Changing his goalkeeper gloves, he's taking his time over it as well. Doesn't he remember that his team are losing? Goal kick taken eventually, out wide. Pass is actually fizzed into Machado. It's made really difficult for the Japanese defender, and his touch is poor. Liverpool get possession back immediately. 2 minutes of glove changing and immediately fires the ball into one of his defenders, gives it away very cheaply. Armani wins it back for Union in midfield off the feet of Tsimikas. And Tsimikas concedes the foul inside their own half on the right hand side for Union. Inside, ball played to Cameron Puertas, across to McAllister, all the way back to goalkeeper Morris. Morris back to McAllister. Union playing out from the back again. McAllister plays long towards Nilsson. He flicks on against the challenge of Quansah. Puertas then flicks on again towards Armani. He's adjudged to have wrestled too heavily with Alexis McAllister while winning the header. Liverpool free kick now. Liverpool back in possession. Elliot across to Quansah. Some of you in the chat asking for Dominic Szoboszlai. Yeah. Is it worth bringing him on now? Is it not worth bringing on someone like Ben Doak, the 17-year-old? A little bit of interesting opportunity for him to come on and win the game. Secure the game rather, as Union actually nick the ball off Liverpool in the midfield and come forwards here with a bit of vengeance. Puertas threads it 2-2. Amura, who's in on goal. Konate forced him wide. Amura goes across. Good defending from Konate though. For a second there, Amura looked to have miscontrolled the ball on the left-hand side as the pass found its way through to him from Cameron Puertas, the Spaniard. It was a brilliant through ball. Then he managed to get it under control. Konate, in that time, got across, forced him wide. Tried to cross the ball to Nilsson at the back post. It was a poor effort, but Konate was there to block it up and over the bar. Corner to Union. Swings in towards the front post. Nilsson tries to get on it. Good defending from McAllister. It'll be another corner to Union. This is exactly the sort of chance that could threaten Liverpool. You never know what might happen. Corner comes in again towards Nilsson at the front post, and Burgess was arriving, but he couldn't get much contact on it. And it trickles out for a throw into Liverpool. Or does it? I think it's come off a Liverpool player, in fact. A couple of substitutions anyway for the visiting side. At last they're going to go to the bench. Alexander Blessing, the German manager, has opted for Kevin Rodriguez, the Ecuadorian striker, poking off Nilsson. The aerial threat is off. Kevin Rodriguez on in place of him. Like-for-like change up front. The Ecuadorian's got 7 international caps. There'll be another substitution. It's Loic Lapusin coming on for Union. He is a very versatile player again, deployed in defence and midfield at times. He's coming on in place of Casper Terho, so it looks like he's going to be playing in the left wing back role. Interestingly enough, whereas the number 10 spends most of his time at left back, or in even centre back sometimes, Loic Lapusin. He's on here in left mid, and Union have got another corner. It's another chance to load the box. Ball comes in. Aimed towards the middle again, headed clear by Tsimikas. Adjudged to actually come off Macheda, the Japanese centre-back, who got it for a Liverpool goal kick. Loic Lapusin, got 10 international caps to his name, from Madagascar. Interesting background for him, making his way into European football. Liverpool back underway. 8 shots on target to none in favour of the home side. Yet to make Alisson do any work of a serious nature. 21 minutes left to play, of normal time that is. Harvey Elliott throws the ball to Joe Gomez for the throw-in. Liverpool look comfortable, but a 1-0 lead is never ever convincing. Ball bobbling around in midfield. Macheda picks it up for Union. Plays it wide to Loic Lapusin, intercepted by Joe Gomez, who's pressing high up the pitch. Christian Burgess forced to play back to the goalkeeper, Morris. Plays it wide towards Alessio Castro. Pass is overhit. The goalkeeper's distribution has been pretty poor in this game, to be honest. Pretty poor indeed. So now over goes Union's way. Liverpool perhaps just doing well to stifle this game and Union not offering too much at the minute. Don't look threatening at all. Throwing down the line towards substitute Kevin Rodriguez. Humberts wins the ball off him, and then Armani gets back involved. Back to Jarrell Quansah, plays it forwards. Burgess wins the header against Jota, drops in midfield. Curtis Jones wins it this time, then McAllister casually plays it down to Joe Gomez on the right hand side. Plays it back inside to Konate. Across to Jarrell Quansah. Wide to Simicas. Wide to Diaz now on the left hand side. That's inside to Gravenberch, who flicks it round the challenge of Kevin McAllister, and then it's Van Hoot comes across, knocked the ball against the Dutch midfield and win a throw-in for his own team. We've really defended very, very well, Union Saint-Gilloise. Honestly, so impressive. It's just a lack of composure as soon as they get on the ball. It shows the golfing quality between the sides, the hunger and desire certainly there with this defensive performance. It ought to be 0-0 in fairness, because the goal, for those of you who may not have been here in the first half, came from a huge goalkeeper mistake. A Trent long shot straight down the middle was parried straight into the centre of the box for Gravenberch to pick up an open goal. Jota switches it to Gomez. Gomez to Jones, just breaking into the Union box. Jones to Elliott. Back to Jones, lovely give and go. Good defending between Machado and McAllister, who get their bodies in the way of Jones, and the ball rolls out for a goal kick. Once again, brilliant from those two. McAllister, Machado and Burgess have all been very, very impressive this evening. Machado's got one international cap for Japan. Kevin McAllister, Argentinian, the brother of Alexis McAllister, playing in midfield for Liverpool at the minute, and Burgess, the former Portsmouth defender, and Peterborough too. Spent over 6 years in England. As Union come forward from Marnie. Ball run back off him by Gravenberch as he breaks into the final third of the Liverpool half, and then it's instantly played down the line to Jota. Jota's running at Burgess. Burgess, well, does well, really, really well from Burgess. Tracks him all the way, doesn't lose his balance at all. Jota jinking from left to right, and Burgess just standing him up, allowing Van Hoot to get back and make the challenge. Belgian defensive midfielder did really well to actually make the challenge in the end and stifle the Liverpool attack. Armani's the one who's looked hungry to get forwards for Union. Whenever he's done so, he's been on the end of some really strong challenges from Gravenberch and Quansah, alike. Back in the final bit of quality to get past and get into a dangerous area. As Kevin Rodriguez is in a race with Quansah. Quansah just about beats Kevin Rodriguez. There was a lot of shirt pulling and jostling going on there as Rodriguez and Quansah both sprinted for the ball at full speed. Ended up slowing each other down a lot. Looked like a fair challenge. They were pulling each other's shirt. Quansah got there first and just knocked it out. It'll be a corner to Union, conceded by Jarrell Quansah, who, to be fair, did well to get back and prevent anything more dangerous than that corner. Comes into the middle, as Burgess can't get there again. Konate comes off his back and out for another corner to Union. Union drew their first game in the competition, a 1-1 with Toulouse, and more on the goal scorer. As another corner comes in towards the back post, Allison this time manages to get a clean punch on it. Goes out wide, all the way to Loic Lapoussin, cuts in, crosses it on his right foot, good block by Gravenberch. Liverpool are getting back in numbers when it matters. Cameron Puertas now plays the ball down the line towards the former goal scorer Omura. Passes over hit and into the arms of Allison. Liverpool play down the left hand side now. It's Curtis Jones, who's drifting out to the left hand side fairly frequently. Inside to Quansah. No Konate. Union are going to have to change something if they want to get something from the game. Although it's got to be worth the manager thinking it through, because is it worth risking the goal difference? 1-0 away to Liverpool is not a bad result. If they risk it trying to get a point, they could end up losing 2-3 more goals, and that'll be damaging potentially when it comes to the qualification to the knockout stage. So a 1-0 is not too bad. They look to maybe give them a game when Liverpool go to Belgium to play them, but Simicast on the edge of the box breaks past one of them and fires a shot on his right foot up and over the crossbar. Poor effort from the Greek fullback. 2 more substitutions then for the visitors. Number 8, Lazari Amani coming off. And number 4, Matthias Rasmussen. And number 24, Charles Van Hoek coming off. And number 27, Noah Siddiqui. Noah Siddiqui, another very versatile player, is often deployed at right back and in midfield. At the minute, he looks like he's going to be coming on the central midfield. And Lazari Amani, who's worked so hard this game, been a decent performance, just lacked quality at times. It's going to be replaced by Matthias Rasmussen. 2 like-for-like changes then. Rasmussen midfield, the Norwegian, yet to score for the club. Signed in the summer for free. He's made 12 appearances since then. And Noah Siddiqui, 18 years of age, in the Belgium under-19 team, is highly rated in Belgium. Replaces Van Hoek. 18 years of age, stepping into the game at Anfield in Europe. Must be a fairly intimidating experience for him. He's played in any bigger scenarios before. He's impressed this season though in his 10 appearances for the club. Liverpool in possession in the back, just keeping the ball nice and calm. Kwanzaa is into Joe Gomez, into midfield to McAllister, back to Gomez in midfield. Ball breaks loose, picked up by Loic Lepasin, but his pass is poor. It's a shame for Union because they had a chance there. It's 4-on-3. Simicast now on the ball. Into Jota, tries to turn, but he's crowded out by a sea of Union bodies in there. Ball comes to Rasmussen. He's got options left and right. Goes for the right. It's a chip ball out wide. Slightly overhit though. And once again, Union just lacking the quality. Alessio Castro is so frustrated, the right wing back, because he's not able to latch onto the through ball. They need to take one of these chances. They've got any chance, just a little bit of composure coming forwards from Union. And Liverpool are going to go to the bench. Those of you who are asking for Dominic Szoboszlai, you're going to get what you asked for. Number 8, Hungarian midfielder, is going to be coming on by the looks of things. A €70 million signing from Leipzig. Started off pretty slowly in the Premier League, but has impressed lately. Very, very, very exciting player to have in the Premier League, especially for those Liverpool fans. 22 years of age, plenty of room to grow as a player and in maturity as well. Night like this could use a little bit of his magic. Konate brings it infield. Back to Jarrell Kwanzaa. Wide to Joe Gomez. Gomez brings it down the right hand side, gives it into Gravenberch in the middle. His pass is poor and intercepted by Noah Siddiqui in the central midfield role. Loic Lepasin tries to play it down the line. His pass is intercepted. Szoboszlai is on the pitch now. Redders fan thinks that Liverpool 3, Union 0. Going back to the goal for those of you who just joined, it was Gravenberch who got it in the 44th minute, just before half time, and he is now the one being replaced for Dominic Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, very much liked by those Liverpool fans. He's going to get 11 minutes here to show his class. Ball comes to Konate. Switches it long towards Diaz. It's a great pass. Diaz inside the Union area. Flicks it past the defender, Kevin McAllister. Diaz hits it to the far post, actually comes off the post, rebound to Harvey Elliott, blocked well by Macheda. Diaz almost scoring a lovely goal. His touch inside the box was something to behold. A 70-yard almost crossfield ball pinged over to him, straight over the defence. The run he'd made was brilliant. Konate is 15 yards inside of his own area. The pass ends up inside the Union box, touches it on his chest, beats the challenger Kevin McAllister, rolls it past the goalkeeper, comes off the inside of the post. That would have doubled their lead and surely taken the game beyond Union. The other game in the group is currently Toulouse 1, Lask 0. Toulouse having drawn to Union last week, Lask having lost to Liverpool. Union have got away with one there, and you just wonder if they're going to get one chance. They've not looked threatening yet, but here they come. And Murray tries to thread it through to Kevin Rodriguez, and once more it's a poor through ball when it needed to be good. If that through ball had any quality, Kevin Rodriguez was in on goal, the Ecuadorian striker. He would have had a brilliant chance to score. Those Union fans are still providing a lot of the atmosphere here at Anfield. Going crazy. They've had nothing to shout about though. It's very impressive. They've made the relatively short European journey in the scheme of things over, as their team have got another corner here, but poorly delivered. It's a really poor corner. Knocked clear at the front post easily by the Liverpool defence. Wasting another opportunity, Union. It's the first meeting ever between these two sides. Certainly the highest profile game in Union Saint-Gilloise history. After a 48-year absence from the top tier of Belgian football, only ended recently in 2021 when they got their promotion finally. And since then they've had somewhat of a meteoric rise into European football, producing players like Dennis Undav, who made it to the Premier League and who Brighton fans thought was going to be very, very good, and now Victor Ocker Boniface playing in Bayer Leverkusen. What a great start to the Bundesliga season has he. What is a very good Leverkusen side. Threatening Bayern at the minute for the Bundesliga first spot. Liverpool throwing, Joe Gomez to take, throws it down the line. Intercepted well by Christian Burgess. Breaks in midfield for Noah Siddiqui. Now it's Cameron Puertas. Wide to Mohamed Amoura. Amoura breaking down the line. Can he get the ball into Rodriguez? He can! Was Rodriguez pushed by Jarrell Quansah? That's the question. He goes down asking for it. There may be a review. Anyway, they've got a second phase of attack here. Noah Siddiqui's looking alive. He's looking very, very fierce. He's come forwards. He's knocked the ball around the Liverpool defender. Has been taken down. Referee says too softly. Noah Siddiqui's come on and lit this game alight. Murray may have been offside at the start of the whole move, but he got to the byline and put the ball in towards Kevin Rodriguez. The ball once again lacked quality, was slightly behind him, but there is a hint of a push from Jarrell Quansah. Kevin Rodriguez hit the deck inside the box. No VAR check will take place though. Game gets on. Slightly harsh on Union to not come away with anything there, because afterwards there was a foul on Noah Siddiqui on the edge of the box, which the referee missed. Liverpool have got away with one. 83 minutes played, still 1-0. Kevin Rodriguez, the substitute, is already frustrated. He has a right to be, because his team definitely should have had a free kick. Whether or not it was a penalty, it looked very soft. I agree with the referee on that one, but he's certainly missing it on the edge of the box. Liverpool just reminded that there is still a threat with 7 minutes left to play of normal time. Plus whatever is added additionally. Will come forward though, looking for a second to try and seal the game. Down the right hand side, Harvey Elliott pulls it back. It's good defending from the Japanese Macheda. Really, really solid. Gets across to Harvey Elliott as the ball is tried to pull back across the box. He's there to snuff it out. Throwing Liverpool down by the corner flag. Joe Gomez to take. Gomez taking his time, looking for a long throw. In towards the penalty spot. Jota jumps. Christian Burgess beats him in the air, heads it clear, only as far as Dominic Szoboszlai. Loose pass from Joe Gomez, picked up by Noah Siddiqui. Noah Siddiqui now threads a long ball towards Amuri. He's really giving his something to chase for. Mohamed Amuri. Algeria not quite able to get there. He's actually got an incredible record for Algeria. That's Mohamed Amuri. 16 caps and he scored 8 goals in that time. It's a seriously impressive record. Showing us some of his pace and dynamism this evening, but not much of that quality that is so needed against the top side like Liverpool. Not even been able to deliver one cross on the money yet. As Szoboszlai comes forward, shoots from distance! Oh my word, that was nearly special. Lined one up from about 30 yards. Looked for a second like it was heading goalwards. Saw past the post, not the best effort in all fairness. One more substitution for the visitors. Kevin McAllister will be replaced by Ross Sykes, another English defender. It's a like-for-like change at the back, but no longer will the two McAllister brothers be facing each other. McAllister father looking on from the crowd. As Ross Sykes comes on to replace Kevin. Englishman who's played in the English League, played for Accrington Stanley before signing for Union Saint-Gilloise. Signing up alongside Burgess and Machado. Burgess currently on the ball, plays wide. Up to the Spaniard, Castro. Inside to Noah Siddiqui, but Noah Siddiqui's given the ball away. It's the first mistake he's made since coming on. Curtis Jones bursting forward. Liverpool 5-on-4. Curtis Jones shoots from the edge of the box, but drags it wide. And the game's opening up ever so slightly for Liverpool now. They did not have this sort of space on the edge of the box in the former minutes and periods of this game. They've had real troubles breaking into these sort of areas on the edge of the box. Between midfield and defence, Union has defended so relentlessly. But now the gaps are opening up. Liverpool may not have to go long this time, but Union have gone long all the way from goalkeeper up to Kevin Rodriguez. Kevin Rodriguez breaking into Liverpool area. Forced wide by Gomez, and Kwanzaa goes to ground too easily again for the referee's liking, and Liverpool will be able to play out from the back here. Lead upfield. Goes all the way through to goalkeeper Anthony Morris. Morris then rolls to Christian Burgess. Union playing out from the back. Brings it forward, plays wide to Machado. Union now coming forwards with a little bit more intent. It's 3.5 minutes left to play. Comes that wide to Castro. Castro cuts inside from the right flank for Union. Pass is blocked. Ricochets to Matthias Rasmussen in midfield, who's not featured too much since coming on. Needs to get Noah Siddiqui on the ball if they're going to cause some more threats, because he's looked like the one threatening the Liverpool box. If anything, the ball comes in low to the near post and Kevin Rodriguez isn't quite alive to it. Goes all the way through to Allison, who collects the ball. But Union are having a few chances here. They are worrying Liverpool. Ball come into the box, and if Rodriguez was alert to that, he could have potentially poked it home. Simicas to Kwanzaa, now across to Konate. 2 minutes left of regulation time. Simicas again. It's on the line for Curtis Jones. Jones back to Simicas. Back to Allison. Not too much of a press from Union Saint-Gilloise. They do need to apply a bit of a press if they're going to have any chance of a dangerous opportunity, because Liverpool, when they get back in numbers, are very, very hard to break through. Diaz on the ball. Right to Harvey Elliott. Plays back towards Konate. The pass is loose though. Goes out for a throw-in, but it's only courtesy of a Union deflection that it's gone out for that throw-in. Ball back to Allison. No pressure on him at all at the minute. Alexis McAllister in midfield picks it up. A little bit of pressure from Kevin Rodriguez, but he finds Joe Gomez on the right-hand side. Harvey Elliott now plays it back across. Liverpool happy to just keep possession, nice and chill. Jaro Kwanzaa plays back to goalkeeper Allison again. Union are going to have to offer a little bit more here if they're going to put Liverpool under any real pressure. Well, so just keep the ball. França, back to the goalkeeper, Alisson again. Neither Murray nor Rodriguez putting him under any type of pressure at all. Comes forward to Christian Burgess. Burgess heads it wide. Ross Sykes chips it over Curtis Jones nicely. That's really cute. Plays it down the line to Rodriguez. And Union have a chance. He's driving at Kwanzaa. Rodriguez into the box. Kwanzaa recovers. Good challenge from him to poke it wide. It's a corner to Union. 30 seconds of regulation time left to go. Castro Montes goes over to take this one. Can they finally deliver a good corner, Union? They're going to need to. Burgess the target in the middle. Spaniard goes over to take. Whipped in, outswinging towards the penalty spot. Ross Sykes with a header. Cleared by Jarrell Kwanzaa. The ball goes back in from Loic Lapoussin. Unable to break for Kevin Rodriguez. Now it's cleared by Harvey Elliott. Straight down towards Luis Diaz. Rolls all the way through to Anthony Morris, the goalkeeper. Morris lays it down towards Loic Lapoussin. Loic Lapoussin in a battle with Dominic Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai forces him wide and then Lapoussin tries to flick it down the line, intercepted by Joe Gomez. They're given away cheaply by McAllister. 5 minutes of additional time. Union have got a chance, therefore. Joe Gomez now. Harvey Elliott plays back to McAllister. Liverpool playing around with ease. Szoboszlai. Joe Gomez, now Konate. Mura chases down Alisson. Now they apply the pressure, Union. And now the pressure works and pays off because Alisson's put it out cheaply. Throw in Alessio Castro for Union. Takes the throw in quickly. Intercepted by Jones. It's another throw in. Ross Sykes goes over to take it. He says, I've got a long throw. Get into the box. Ross Sykes telling everyone to get in there, all the Union players in and around the Liverpool penalty area. Throws it short, doesn't go long, it's a bit of a curveball. Now it goes into the box from Castro, all the way to the back post for Lapoussin, but his touch is poor. And he's completely miscontrolled it, and now Liverpool on the break, it's Diaz. Nice little chop inside, Siddiqui accidentally pokes it through for Jota. Jota's in on goal, and Jota has done it. 2-0 Liverpool in the second minute of additional time. Liverpool have won the game, courtesy of Diogo Jota. Noah Siddiqui's been so good since coming on. He makes one mistake, the tackle actually played the ball through inadvertently to Jota, and Liverpool have got the 3 points, they've sealed it for themselves. Wow. Union finally show some threat, they come forwards with a little bit of intent, have a few little chances, and Liverpool hit them on the break. They've punished them via Jota. He just took the ball straight past Alessio Castro, who was on the recovering run. And then a left-footed finish, bounced into the ground, up over the goalkeeper, Anthony Morris, who dove low, hoping it was going low into the near post. One of those shots hit straight into the ground, up over his leg, into the far corner. And Jota wins it for Liverpool. Those of you in the chat, I know it's a lot of Liverpool fans, must be relieved now because Union were coming back into the game. They had a few chances, failed to capitalise on any of the dangerous opportunities they had. Really poor quality in the final third of the pitch, and now Liverpool have wrapped things up. Union will try and get forward once more. 2 goals in this amount of time away at Anfield would be completely unprecedented. Still not a terrible result though, because a lot of people were expecting them to get hammered this evening, and they haven't done so. And the likes of Lask or Toulouse could come here and get a much worse result, and then goal difference would play in their favour. And this was always going to be the tough fixture in the group. And for Union Saint-Gilloise now, they've just got to hope that Liverpool do the same to Lask and Toulouse and beat them both at home, so that when it comes to the games directly between those 3 sides, it just comes down to merit of who makes it through. But for Liverpool, it's another win. It's an expected win for sure. Poor pass from Alexis McAllister though, it's loose, and Murray's one-on-one, and how on earth he missed. Union Saint-Gilloise with a chance to get a goal back in the 94th minute. Alexis McAllister completely switched off, Played a lazy pass back to Alisson without even looking. Inadvertently played a through ball to Amura, who was one-on-one with Alisson. Alisson managed to recover in time and make the save, but Amura should have scored. Liverpool come forward once more though to try and get a third goal of the evening. Jones back to Simicas, now wide to Jones on the left hand side, just on the edge of the box. Jones forced to go backwards and will do so happily. To Quansah, now Alexis McAllister. Jones to Szoboszlai. McAllister now. Clock ticking down. Surely the referee will blow his whistle soon as Harvey Elliott drives forwards. Now Joe Gomez again. Fouled on the edge of the box. Liverpool have got a free kick. And surely this will be the last few touches of the game. Szoboszlai goes over to take the free kick. Diogo Jota sealed things in the 90+2 goal just before the break with Gravenberch. And indeed the referee will now be blowing the full-time whistle. The free kick is whipped and it's cleared. And that will be that. Liverpool have won the game 2-0. Darwin Núñez with a bad miss on minute 16. Looked worrying for Liverpool as Union defended really well and looked to offer a little bit of threat coming forwards, but they just always lack that quality in the final third. Never any conviction or composure in the final third at all from any of their players. And Liverpool were able to just keep bringing those waves of attack without having to worry too much defensively. Alisson wasn't bothered at all during the game until the 95th minute when McAllister played a through ball to Amuri for Union Saint-Gilloise. But a Gravenberch goal just before the break, courtesy of a huge mistake from Anthony Morris, the goalkeeper, parrying the ball straight into his path, tapping in an open net, and then Jota wrapped it up in the 92nd. And that, as far as Liverpool fans are concerned, is job done. And that, as far as we're concerned, job done as well. Liverpool 2, Union Saint-Gilloise 0.